Today's top stories consist of a Halo fan game still being created despite some pushback and an update on how its development is coming along, as well as the history of some unused Pokemon content condensed down into one nice story for you to read if you don't know anything about it, and also Final Fantasy mod support, along with several other stories that you might be interested in today's News You Missed, the video game news show that recaps what happened this week in video game news that might be important to the video game industry and possibly to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to go into some long-winded intros here. I'm just going to jump into the news and save all that stuff for the end slate. Does that sound agreeable to you? You let me know in the comments, and I'm going to try and make this show the best news show on the planet for you. First story I want to jump into is installment 01, June 2018 status report. This is a game that I have discussed in detail. I've talked about a lot of Halo fan games, but this one in particular seems to actually be going somewhere. Now, a lot of people are really dying for classic Halo. They're tired of Halo 5, and despite some people enjoying Halo 5, the majority of the community had left for various reasons. Whether they grew out of the game or other games came that were more innovative or more appealing to them, the point is a lot of people like classic Halo games on the PC. And this one is, it's a classic Halo game through and through. It's very similar to Halo 3. They've incorporated basic weapons that would be essential to any Halo experience. They're even including things like dual wielding, though it's not finished. And they talked about revamping maps and updating things to make it more Halo-esque and feel better. And one of the biggest things is that they've added customization along with the armor pieces so that you can make a very customizable Spartan. This is really important to a lot of people because it adds depth to an otherwise just regular shooter game. Classic Halo is great, there's no questioning that, but if you can add and customize your Spartan, it makes it even better. So if you're interested, check out the update video that they've hosted. It's over on Installation 01, but of course that's what you've been seeing. And again, full credit to them for their work. I'm very excited to see this game come out as I really dislike Halo 5. And I don't particularly like Halo 4 either. So GTA San Andreas, Midnight Club LA, and Table Tennis are now playable on the Xbox One via backwards compatibility. Oh man, you know, I just really need that table tennis in my life. I think the big hitter here is of course, GTA San Andreas. Everyone loves San Andreas. You know, I'll take 2 number 5s. All you had to do was follow the train, CJ. It's all classic, man. That's a meme factory. But at the end of the day, it's an awesome game as well. Grand Theft Auto games are pretty good. And of course, Midnight Club is pretty awesome too. But people do like table tennis, so it's just nice that you have a variety of backwards compatible games produced by Rockstar. And somebody commented, Xbox has no games. LOL, right there. There you go. Xbox seems to be the one that is doing backwards compatibility more than any other console right now. I mean, they're even beating Nintendo. Who would have thought that would have ever happened? But it's happening. So I'm a really big fan of Xbox right now with their backwards compatibility, and hopefully this is welcome news to you. So there's a USB Type-C power bank. It's Nintendo and Anker teaming up for an official Switch power bank. There's not really anything to talk about with this other than the fact that you can get a big power bank that's around 20,000 milliamp hour battery. That's a bit expensive to me, personally. I mean, that's $90, man. That's like a brand new Switch game and an extra controller or, you know, a couple digital games you could get. God, man. If you're really into portable gaming, I'm sure you could find a power bank that would be pretty legit, produced by a high-level manufacturer and not some third-party one that's a little bit janky. I'm sure you could find one for pretty cheap. I mean, I do have my own power bank provider, which is RAV Power, but I've talked about other power banks in the past as well, and they're pretty cheap comparatively, and they give you quite a lot of milliamp hours in their power banks as well. So this is kind of expensive, but then again, always first-party things kind of are. You know, you guys got to remember the SD cards that were available when Nintendo officially partnered with them. They were the same type of SD cards that you could get for a camera, but they were like triple the price. So Nintendo's Joy-Cons brilliantly solve a modern-day console nuisance, which is not being able to find controllers, or not having enough controllers, or having to buy an extra controller, or not having battery support controller. Yes, this article is kind of okay, and surprisingly enough, it's written by Ben Kuchara. Ben Kuchara! Yeah, anyways, you guys know Ben Kuchara. If you don't look him up, you'll understand why he's such a big joke meme. But nonetheless, he wrote a comprehensive article here. But I do kind of have to argue against this. Two-player Joy-Con action is not exactly the most fun things to use. Especially in certain games, it becomes kind of tedious, difficult to use the controller itself because it's so small, and some games just don't work as well as you would hope they would work, especially in two-player Joy-Con mode, forcing people to go out and buy another standard controller. And the wireless ones for the Switch are very, very expensive, around $60 to $70. Extra Joy-Cons are very expensive, around $60 or $70. You can get one that's a wired one, which is pretty decent, and they come with pretty decent designs, but at the end of the day, it's still another controller you're probably going to end up buying if you're very much a Nintendo Switch player. I don't think that the Switch exactly solved this problem. I do think it was a wise decision to put the Joy-Cons together and let you have two-player controllers out the box. I've always wondered why they've cut costs that way to prevent you from being able to play multiplayer locally. If you have two kids in your house, it's just a no-brainer to have a console launch with two controllers. I don't understand why they stopped doing that, but hey, you know, gotta save money somehow. So, a brief history of unused Pokemon designs is this is over our Game Informer. It's a pretty good page. It shows you all kinds of stuff. If you have yet to see the Pokemon Gold demo from 1997, the Space War one that's been released, I assure you this is a pretty good look. It also shows some concepts for a way alpha before Pokemon was even called Pokemon, capsule monsters, mangas, all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty interesting to come over and read over on this. Even the most hardcore Pokemon fans will probably find something here for them. So Dead or Alive 6 has been announced and is coming early 2019. That's Dead or Alive's fighting game, not the beach volleyball, so don't confuse those two. Pretty cool reveal trailer. You guys probably like it if you're fighting game enthusiasts. Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo's flagship fighting game series, Dead or Alive. Good games. They're very well known for their fighting game series, and there you go. Apparently, Ryu Hayabusa is going to be a fightable character, which is from Ninja Gaiden. Gaiden, you let me know in the comments down below. Also, there's a massive E3 sale going on with Xbox as well as PlayStation. I'm not going to go over every single thing that there is here, but there are games that you can get for pretty cheap. Overall, I would say that personally, I would suggest you get a physical copy. Some of these games are $30 and they're pretty new games. There's no questioning that. But I think you could find them pretty cheap anyways without this sale. Also, the PlayStation Days of Play sale starts, and it has a unique PlayStation Days of Play limited edition console. This is what I kind of wanted to hit with PlayStation. Even though PlayStation has tons of sales right now with their stuff, getting to hype up E3, the biggest one is that they have a console that is completely blue, but it has some very, very nice lettering for the controller's buttons on the side of the PlayStation that is in gold. It looks really, really nice. The controller is blue. There's not really anything special with the controller, but the console itself is extremely nice looking. Even I'm slightly tempted about that, and that's the 1 terabyte one, except that it doesn't specify if it's a PlayStation Pro or not, so I'm pretty sure it's not a PlayStation Pro, which again boggles the mind. Why do you keep producing older PlayStation 4 consoles if you have the PlayStation Pro? But Proto, it's to save money and get people to upgrade later on. You know, whatever you say, man. Anyways, the whole sale's going on here too as well, so you can kind of figure out what you want to buy and where you want to buy it and why. So make sure to check into that if you're a big PlayStation player. And finally, the Final Fantasy 15 on PC will be receiving mod support. It's available, so hey boys, we're gonna have us some Final Fantasy 15 mods. Oh man, I gotta tell you, I cannot wait to see what the community is gonna come together and produce for this game, as recently Valve and Steam has said they're not going to censor their marketplace. Look, it's a good time to be alive. It's a good time to be 18 and older and be able to play PC games. So I cannot wait for mods to come out on this. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode of News You Missed. It's getting pretty hot in here, so I'm gonna head on out. Please make sure to like and share this with everyone you know, and if you didn't like it, dislike it all you want. I'm on the road to 1 million subscribers, so please make sure to click the subscribe button, and I hope to see you back here in the next episode. You could always continue to fund these episodes over on Patreon, and hey, maybe someday I'll get so much funding that I won't even have to put ads on these videos. That'll be a dream come true. Now take it away, Anker Slate. Show them some videos they might want to watch. I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. As always, good gaming, God bless, and thank you for taking the time out to watch this video.